What up, everybody, and welcome to Late Night Live number 115. Welcome. What up, Oja Swinny? How you doing? The music is loud in my ear today. Let's chill a bit. Hope everybody's having a splendid evening. Gonna start the stream off by saying exciting news. I have a new favorite black paper, which is this paper right here. I acquired it just a couple days ago from Michaels, of all places. It is a new paper from them. It is their Recollections, which they've had Recollections paper for a long time, but it's always been quite heavy. I don't remember what weight their thinnest, it's still cardstock is, but I was using that for writing, and it's very smooth and a really dark black. And then I saw on their website, randomly, that they have this brand new, even says on the package, new. They have this brand new 24-pound paper, so I figured there's a Michaels not just a few blocks from my house or from my apartment. I'll walk down and get some and check it out. And I got some, and it's not as dark of a black as the cardstock that they have, but it is smooth and I love it. My favorite thing about it is it's thin. Like, it feels like an actual writing paper. It doesn't feel like a cardstock or like a thick black paper, which I really like, because that's always my beef with most black papers. It is not lined. This one has some lines because I put those in pencil the other day because I was working on a piece. What up, Skeet? How's it going? So yeah, I'm gonna be writing on some of my new black paper. I'll use the bottom of this sheet. I was attempting the Madaraz letter, and I was doing okay, but the spacing was sort of all out of whack. So I stopped, and it just turned into a practice sheet. So we're gonna use it as a practice sheet. Before we get to writing today, for those of you who don't know, I'm assuming most of you watching this would know, IAMPETH is next week, the yearly conference of the International Association of Master Penmen, which I will be attending. I'm very excited, but I figured, since I was going to be there, and people are always curious about nib sharpening and whatnot, I want to have some sharpened nibs, I guess, for people to try out, and for myself as well. I need some new nibs, and as I previously stated, I'm pretty much out of Hunt 101s, so tonight I'm going to sharpen up some Leonard Principles. Or I'm going to tune them up. They're quite sharp already, factory, the Leonard Principles that I have, but we're going to tune up some. So, you bought a new fountain pen. What did you buy? Hello, Marilyn. How's it going? A Pilot Petite Fine. Very nice. I actually, since you brought up fountain pens, I received a fountain pen in the mail the other day. Yesterday? Or the day before that? I can't remember. I received this the other day, which is, I'm not usually a fan of the knockoff Chinese brands, but this is a Moon Man, or a Mahjong, A2, I think that's what it's called. The A1 it's more similar to the Pilot. Words are not coming to my mouth today. It's more similar to the Vanishing Point. It's plastic, it's much lighter, which that is the main reason I got it, because I like a really light pen, as you guys know. It is faceted. Can I get it to catch the light there? There we go. It is faceted, and it is lighter. It does feel like the plastic is cheap a little bit. It doesn't feel super cheap, like there's no manufacturing things that I can feel or anything, but I'm potentially going to sand down the rivets and leather wrap this, maybe? I'm curious. I'll see how that works. It's something I've been wanting to do with a vanishing point for a while. So it will have, I'll put my vanishing point cartridge in it. But yeah, this is a new one. It's modeled after the vintage vanishing points, which were faceted like this, which I've wanted to get my hands on a vintage vanishing point for a while. But they are understandably very expensive, and I am cheap. So I got this to experiment and just to see how much lighter it is. It's not super, like it's not crazy lighter than the Decimo. It feels similar to the Decimo thickness and whatnot, but I'm a fan. Haven't written with it a lot. I just got it a day or two ago. But yay, Oda Swinny and I, newfound pens. That's awesome, Oda Swinny. Alright, so I got my Leonard Principle. I think I prepped 5 of these before the stream that I'm going to try to tune up. So we'll start with number 1. I'm gonna write with some white ink here. Now white ink is thicker, so if we get a nice hairline with white ink, you know it's gonna be a really nice hairline. With black ink, lock focus, I won't make that mistake today. Pretty nice out of the gate, or out the gate. Factory LP. Right. Okay, so here we go. There we have our factory sample of this nib, and then we'll see how it works with a bit of tuning. Now, as you guys know, normally when I tune, I use my loop, and I'll be using that today as well. But since you guys are along for the ride, I will use the microscope, shablam, so we can see, there's a hair in there, exactly what the point of this nib looks like. Hello, Jessica. Actually, I'm going to take this out of the holder while I do this. Get it in the view. Alright, so there is our nib. Here we go. I'll turn the light up just a little bit. Oops. A little brighter for us today. Get my finger behind it so it's a little easier to see. There we go. So we can see the right tine is a little bit thicker than the left tine, so that's the one I'm going to focus on. Hello, Deep D. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, Marilyn experimenting with flourishing. That's fun. Right, now what I'm going to be using, use the, here I just have my Arkansas stone that I will be using to take down that side. what are we writing? Not writing anything yet. Eventually, I'm gonna work on some samples for my IAMPETH scrapbook that I'm putting together. For right now, I'm just sharpening. Try to go in view here. Sharpening or tuning some nibs. People always ask me how I do it, and I've made a couple videos doing it, but I need to have some tuned nibs for convention. So I figured I would just do some here on YouTube with you guys. So now in the past, I know I've used a bunch of different techniques when doing this in the past. I know I've used this a lot, and I will probably use this a little bit later. But I have started to really like the, I guess, the hardness. When I press into the Arkansas stone, it doesn't, like when this squishes in, it sort of wraps around and gets the sides, which is kind of good for smoothing out an end product. But the hard edge of the Arkansas stone really lets me sort of control where I'm removing metal. So right now I'm just splaying the tines a little bit with my left index finger and just taking down the side of that right tine, since it was slightly thicker than the left. Look at this often to see what kind of headway we're making. It's looking all right. Oh, I took off quite a bit. Take a little bit off the left just for good measure. For this, you get your ambidextrous on. Just swap hands is easier than trying to do it any other way. Yes. So there, I remove material with the Arkansas stone. I might have to come back to that in a little bit. And then to smooth it out, I will use, as always, this micro mesh pad. And for this, I'm actually going to put it back in the holder. The gauge on, or the grit on this, I believe is 12,000. Basically doesn't feel like grit at all. It's just it's like a rubber pad. The Arkansas stone, I honestly have no idea. The packaging and when I bought it, it didn't have any anything that told me what grit it was. I would call it a fine Arkansas stone. It's not very gritty. If I want to remove a lot of metal, for example, when I sharpen the tail end of nibs for doing card carving and things like that, it takes quite a while with the Arkansas stone because it's fine. Now with this, I apply very little pressure. I'm holding just a little bit between my thumb and middle finger, or between two fingers, and then, why won't my camera focus on the middle? There we go. And then I'm just rotating this around, and as I press, it rotates in my fingers so that I'm smoothing around all sort of angles of the nib so that they don't really get one hot spot or smooth it unevenly. And very little pressure because I don't want the tines to separate. I don't want to be sanding inside both tines. I just want to sand whole exterior. Alright. Dip that in water real quick and see how that looks. Hello, Annie. Welcome, welcome. 12 a.m. Holy moly. We're glad to have you back, Jessica. Alright, how's this look? Wish those tines weren't so... they're slightly spread apart without any pressure. perfect world, I could close those a little bit. But let's do a writing sample and see how it looks. Ooh, I'm gonna have to mix more ink before next week, I think. How does it feel? Not bad. You can see it's hardly different, but compare it to this how. Whoops. Whoa. Gotta be hair in there or something. Not a good comparison. Now I should say my goal isn't to get these crazy fine, because I still want them to feel nice writing with. But to me, I don't know if you guys can, that difference is noticeable or not. Hardly noticeable. We're gonna go slightly finer. I leave for IAMPETH on, I fly out Saturday morning. Then I spend the night in New York on Saturday night. And then I get to Scranton, I bus to Scranton Sunday morning. Alright, where do I want to move? I'm using the nib viewer screen, Ojaswini. What do you mean removing? Okay. We can go a little further. I mean, I can remove it every time I'm not using it, but that's a lot of extra clicking. No, I gotta do 5 nibs, so we're gonna be doing this for a bit. I might not do all 5, I guess, on video. No need to apologize. Alright, so one thing I have to be careful of is that I don't sharpen the nib. Because basically, this is my nib point. Like so. I don't want to sharpen the nib, so it's like this. And then like that's the end of each nib. I don't want them to actually end on points. I want it to stay rounded up here, and I like that this straightness right there. So it tapers, and then it goes up to the point, and then goes down and out. So it's not just a solid line, which that's one of the reasons I used to use this, because it was curved, so I could really get in that curve, but it felt like it was wrapping around the nib too much. So that's one thing that's a little bit tougher using the Arkansas stone, but it does give me a little more control. I just have to be mindful of where I'm applying pressure. Come on, camera, focus for me. I should also state, I should have stated this at the very beginning, it is not mandatory to sharpen your nibs. I am a freak for an extremely fine point, and an extremely fine hairline. So I like to sharpen all of my nibs, but you by no means have to. This is not something like a broad pen where you pretty much always have to sharpen, or you sharpen your broad pen nibs. That's a normal thing in the broad pen world. It's not a normal thing in the pointed pen world, nor is it a mandatory thing. Now I'm also, this time, I'm gonna do a little bit of thinning on the very tip. I'm just gonna go flat. I'm gonna apply hardly any pressure and just try to thin the very tip of it. There we go. Just so I'm thinning it this way and top and bottom. Probably don't have to do the top, but I will. I should get like an actual nib smith to tune a nib for me one day just for fun. I don't think it's financially worth it at all because nib smiths do really good work and their work is expensive. And this is a disposable item, so probably not worth paying a whole lot for somebody to do like a really, really good tuning job, but it would be fun to see what it would be like. Okay, let's see how that feels. Smooth it out for a little bit first. Ooh, it is sharper. I can definitely feel it. It's digging into my micro mesh. Yeah, gold wouldn't be, doesn't have the right spring for a dip pen like this though. Hello, Eric. How's it going? Oh, Eric, so on the Discord, did I misunderstand or did you get some of this paper? If so, have you tried it yet? Hello, Olivia. Welcome, welcome. I want to make sure when I do this part that I don't overdo it, so that I don't undo all the sharpening that I just did, since we're working with really fine metal bits. All right, we'll look at this under the microscope real quick. I didn't look that whole time, so we'll see. Fingers crossed I did a good job. Luckily, it's not super precise. That looks pretty clean if you ask me. The nib, the tines are still separated a little bit. Check out the underside. One thing that I've noticed with some nib brands, I gotta go from angle. Oh, the left tine is a little bit thicker at the bottom. That's okay. Now a writing sample. You haven't, okay, you gotta try it. I'm curious. Because you've used the paper that Walker uses, and you've used, I think you've used basically all of the black papers that we like. So you can give can let me know if I'm crazy or not, because I love this paper. Yeah, I would say you could potentially call first. I had to be a bit of I had to force one of the managers to go in the back and look to see if they had it, because it was on the website, but they didn't have it in stock. It hadn't been shelved yet, and still I went back today to get some more, and it still hadn't been shelved yet. Uh-oh, why does it feel worse? Feel like... Something is not as fine as it should be. bit more. Ah, summer vacation. Olivia's in busy time. Well, thank you for popping in and saying hi. Okay, Michael's had it stocked. Nice. Well, it's new, and the girl at my Michael's anyways, told me it was seasonal. So I don't know if it's gonna be something that exists forever. So if I keep liking it after IAMPETH, I might end up going back and like super stocking up on a whole bunch. Maybe if I find that I really like it. As I do. Bulk acquire things if they're things that I really like and want. Okay, why did that get... It felt like it had a worse line there. Hopefully we can remedy that in a second here without too much time. I'm being pickier than I normally would be, I think. Two months is a while, I guess. Yup. How's it going, Jose? Nice to see you. All right. How's this look? There we go. I like that. Scratch feels good. It's got giving me good feedback. Nice. Alright, we're gonna call that one good for now, and we'll move on. I'll do one or two more as I go through here. Set that aside in my finished pile. I'll grab another one at random from my prepped pile. I prepped these with toothpaste before we went live, just because that's bit on the messier side. Let's do a quick writing sample factory. I don't even know if you can see the difference between the hairlines that I'm creating. Mainly lines like that, when they're not super fine and wispy, it bugs me. And like, yeah, once all the ink dries, it's just the thickness of that hairline. Fractions of millimeters. Alright, let's smooth this one out a little bit. Take a look at it under the microscope real quick to get a lay of the land, what we're working with. You know, some of these are slightly miscut, but I don't know if you'd actually call it a miscut. It's more so just hard for machines to be that precise. That one actually looks really nice. Okay, so our left tine, aside from that hair that's on the side, that left tine is thicker than the right tine. What about the underside. We're gonna go this way. Okay, the underside is about even. But yeah, that left tine is thicker. Cool, so we will thin the left tine down to match the right tine. A little bit more. And the reason, just in case you're curious, the reason I separate the tines when I'm doing this is if you're going with the tines together and one of the tines, because these nibs are obviously very flexible, and one of the nibs goes up or down and you end up shaving the inside of one of the tines, you don't want to touch that. You want that to stay the nice sort of flush cut. So you separate them so you're only affecting the tine that you want to thin or modify. And the reason I check the top and bottom is because some nibs, the slit is centered, but is crooked sometimes for I don't know what reason. I don't know why that happens in the factory. I gotta go and visit like Speedball and watch their manufacturing because I'm curious how that happens, but it'll get crooked. So say when I look at it from the top, the left tine will be thicker. So you do assume if I turn it upside down, the right side upside down will be thicker because that's the left tine. But the left side will sometimes be thicker, meaning the slit itself is centered but angled, which there's no real fix for that. But luckily, if that's the way it is, you can still usually get it to write pretty good. Usually. Thinning the nib, and this is very unscientific how I do this part. It's just I'm not very cautious really. I just go for a bit, taking off middle and then checking it out, usually just under my loop. I don't use the microscope most of the time, but we have the microscope, so we might as well use it. What I sometimes use the microscope for is to get an idea of if I have a nib that I have already that writes really good. Oh, there we go. See, and these tines are closer together than the last nib, so that's good. There's metal dust on there, but it's looking like is the left tine still thicker? No, it's a bit longer. Okay, that's fixable. I feel like this one's gonna come out better than the last one. I'm just again separating the tines, and then I'm just gonna, now this is gonna really mess up the smoothness of that right tine because I'm just totally grinding the tip of it to make it shorter. But that's okay, we should be able to smooth that out again. Where is the nib? There it is. How are we looking? Okay. We got them both the same length now. Now we'll look this way. That was our nib width. Look. Oh, finding the nib in the microscope is hard. Where is the center? There it is. So the goal is to make that width. There we go. It's perfectly on its side now. Now is that the same width or thicker than the very tip of that? That's about the same, I guess. Because you can, that's some, I'll thin this part as well, just so it's a smaller contact point, but usually you don't have to. Okay, let's smooth this out real quick and see how we did. And then I might go a little bit sharper with this one. Sorry, stay in camera, in view. My IAMPETH scrapbook so far has 20-something samples in it that I've done so far for it on white and black paper. Gotta do some more. Gotta fill up some more pages from it, or for it, in the next couple days, because I'm running out of time. I'm pretty stoked about the Monteros letter that's gonna be in there, or that's in there now. I might try to do a better version of it, but I'm pretty happy with the one that I did. I just trimmed out and cut out a bunch of the samples just before the stream, so they're ready to be glued in to the binder. And then I gotta do a title page that says all the samples for this scrapbook were written specifically for the IAMPETH silent auction, blah, 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 something like that. I decided to not pull from previous things. Whoa, oil on the nib. So everything in the scrapbook will be things that I specifically made for that scrapbook after having the idea to make it. And I think that's something I want to keep doing again. I haven't even done that for myself. I haven't made myself a scrapbook, but I want to now, I think. That one time still might not be prepped all the way, but we'll see how it looks anyways. Not much difference in fineness, but it feels finer. If I get like crossing of a T, I think that one tine is still not prepped, or not, still has oil on it. Oh, Eric, did you end up going to the Portland Pen Show? Or what, the West Coast Pen Show, or whatever it's called? To see Gina? Oh, bummer. I hope it was a good show. That feels better. Nice. Yeah, it seemed like a good show from what I heard on the internets. What's that black circle? It's a microscope. I'll turn it off for now until I use it again. What's going on, Diego? I'm tuning a couple nibs, or yeah, I'm just gonna do two, I think. Tuning a couple nibs, so I figured instead of just me looking in my loop all the time like I normally do, I would show you guys in the microscope. And then I can also do something like this. I'll show you guys this. So, what do we got in here? So if we look at this nib, Oh, right. I turned the microscope off. Microscope. So this is... So you can see how the biggest thing that made vintage nibs so good, obviously the metal and the shape and things like that, but look how clean that slit is. This is a Zenarian fine. And the slit, but you can see the tines, like that right tine is a little bit thicker than the left tine. Check it out upside down. But it's really just how it's the cleanliness of the cut. I think that's the biggest thing that modern nibs these days are sort of lacking a little bit. Like if we look at the Leonard principle here, you see that cut has a, it's not just, it's still a pretty clean cut, but it's not as clean of a cut. There's our tip that we have there. I think the one thing I have to do now is narrow that portion. How thick is the Zenarian fine right? Oh, where is it? Where is it? There we go. Okay, it's nice and round on the tip. Okay, let's take a vintage or a mind photograph of that width. Compare that to the Leonard principle. Yeah, the vintage ones are just a little more refined, it feels like. Coming into focus. Oh, that doesn't look any thicker than... Why can't I get that to focus? There we go. I think 140 times or 1,000 times. I'm not exactly sure. Can I go more? Can't remember. Let me try. Let me get the nib in the middle first. That's the hard part. I need to build like a little microscope setup that I can just slide a nib right in. Okay, if we have a nib in focus there, I can, wait, I don't know if I can, if I go closer. Okay, so this is at 1,000 times magnification, I think. It's very hard to hold still. Looks good though. As I said at the beginning of the video, I don't use the microscope when I'm grinding nibs most of the time. I just use my loupe is enough magnification to do it, but it's fun to bring you guys along. I think 1,000, I don't know. It's not a very fancy microscope. It's one that it's a USB microscope you can get on Amazon. But it does the job pretty good. I'm pretty sure it's more than 30 because I feel like I can't remember what my loupe is. I wasn't planning to, because I'm not gonna have my computer out. I'll be bringing all the tools and my loop and stuff. Yeah, I think my loop is 30. I used to have a 1030 or a 1020, but not anymore. I like this one better. Oh, maybe it's not 1,000. Can it go? It says 1000x on it, on the side. What if I go all the way to the other side? This is, oh, turn it back on. I want to experiment here. It tells me that this is 40x. Oh, focus, 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 focus. So I think this is around 40x, which is, this is more like what I see when I look through my loop or close to it. It's very bright. And then if I go more, I go closer, closer, closer. Like, we are very close up when I look at it this way. Like, you can see my skin. I know, I mean, the tip of a nib, if you look at it closer to the tip, it always looks the same if you don't see the whole nib. Like, if we look at the cutout on the nib, 100, it might be 100. Where's the cutout? Yeah, like, there's the cutout. Just to get an idea of how zoomed in we are. And then we go down the slit to the point. Yeah. In a perfect world, I need to contact somebody like Gina and see if they can teach me what would be an ideal shape and how I could quickly and easy get to it with a dip pen. Don't have any desire to sharpen fountain pen nibs really, but it would be nice to do a little bit of a smoother job, or a better job to understand, like a good tip geometry or something like that. I usually just finer and pointy. I will also say that Zenarian fine writer that I showed a little bit ago, I'll write with it in a bit, and you'll see that the hairline from my Leonard Principle is nicer than the hairline that you're gonna get from that Zenarian fine writer. But I'll show you guys that in a little bit. The experiences writing with them are completely different because they are just different, what's the word I'm looking for? They're different metals, they're different shapes. Okay, let's see how we got here. Yes, pointy but not paper terry or paper stabby. Okay, yeah, so this is definitely not 100 or 1,000. This has got to be 100. It says 1,000, but it's lying. I wonder, it might be 1,000 if things can go like up into it. Like maybe I just can't get a nib close enough to the lens because there is like a plastic thing. So maybe, but 100 probably makes sense. That's why when you ask me what's a magnification, I don't really know, because it's just an Amazon. I assume Amazon. My mom got it for me for Christmas. Okay. How does our hairline look here? We can do better, though. I'm going to ignore the microscope for a sec and use my loop. And do what I usually do. Because with what we've done, I feel like this should be finer than it is now. Eric, I know I've asked you this before, but I can't remember. Are you coming next week? Or are you not able to make it this year? I can't remember. It's very hard to keep track of who's coming and who's not. Sounds good, Diego. I'll see you in a week. Or in just a few days, I guess. Sweet dreams. Okay. You will be there. Awesome. Woohoo! All right. Yes, you talked to me about having that there. Okay, sweet. I can never remember who's coming and who's not coming. That feels good. Okay. One more tiny little tweak that I'm gonna do, and that's just to tighten the tines just a little bit. Whoa, my ink stir is tripping out. It sends little... I've mentioned this in the past, but my stirrer spins a little bit, slightly too fast. And it, I need to make some more ink, because when it's not all the way full, it spits the occasional little drop out onto my desk, which isn't the most enjoyable. I get little white dots on things that are around my ink. What? What did I do? Very exciting stream tonight so far. I do apologize if this is not exciting for you, but I figured I had to prep these nibs, I might as well do it while I hang out with you guys. Fingers crossed that fixed it. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Okay, the top. My push up stroke is a little dangerous. It's maybe a little too... something getting the paper. Yeah, there we go. You can definitely see the difference now between like up there and down here. Yes, that's what I wanted. Hello, Lurker James. Yeah, if you do sharpen your nibs, I guess you're now learning things. Do know that when you sharpen nibs, inevitably, you're gonna get more nib snags, and you have to be more disciplined in training your light hand and things like that, because, well, it's just dangerous. Basically, I'm gonna give this just a couple swipes up here at the tip, because I think it's the right time. It's catching the paper on that push stroke. Which is a little too dangerous. It's so good when a nib is nice, like when you get a really, really nice hairline. Like, it's so unsatisfying to write. I guess I've ruined myself, because it's so unsatisfying to write with just like a factory nib, even like a liner print, or even like a Zenarian fine writer, which I'll write a little bit with this one, and then I'll put the Zenarian fine writer in here so you can see how that writes. Oh, no lines on this side. Like, I can honestly say, if I was a penman in the golden age of penmanship, when Zenarian fine writers were plentiful. Hey Mom, how's it going? Yes, I'm 100% a nib snob. James, you are not wrong. It is, I don't mean to be, it's just, I'm a hairline snob, not a nib snob. So long as the nib gives me a good hairline, we're good. But if it doesn't, I don't have time for crummy hairlines. I need my hairlines to look good. Or what's the point? Okay, so here is a Zenarian fine writer. Keep in mind, it is a used Zenarian fine writer. It has been written with iron gall ink for a while. So this is not factory, fresh, brand new Zenarian fine writer quality, but let's see what we get here. Oh, lock focus. Like, the big thing that that's supposed to be an E. Ah, why do I make so many stupid spelling mistakes when I'm not paying attention? All I was thinking when I was writing this was that the responsiveness of the nib is really great, but I legitimately want to tune the point. I would want to, like, I want to take this and grind it so that its hairline looks like that, because that's not a good enough hairline, which is ridiculous to say about something like a Zenarian fine writer, but it's how I feel. I can't change it now. I've trained myself to want that, and now anything that's not what I deem a good hairline just isn't good enough. Walker paper is superior, okay. The line spread on the Walker paper, or on the Michaels paper, my lines do not spread hardly at all. Okay. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I look forward to testing yours. I've never used the Walker paper. It's not a paper that I'm familiar with at all. I haven't ever bought any. So if you bring some to IAMPETH, it will be my... Oh, maybe I used some if Walker had some last year, but I think he was using John Neal paper last year. I have a feeling, is Walker's paper darker? Like, is it a darker black? I don't remember what Walker is. Walker's paper. Walker paper. That's just what I'm calling it. I don't know what, I don't remember the brand and everything. Yeah, like, that hairline is just better. This Leonard is now, in my opinion, superior to a fine writer, which is ridiculous to say, but hairline-wise, it is, in my opinion. Oh, slightly bluer. Interesting. I was hoping that the Michaels paper was as black as their heavier paper, because their heavier paper is like really, really dark blue in comparison. This is their cardstock, which is, it is smoother than, like, I was hoping that their paper was as smooth as this. So this is slightly darker, quite a bit darker, and a little bit smoother. But I like not glassy, smooth paper, so I really like this paper. That being said, I've never used Walker paper. Is it, as far as, like, I think they're both 24 pound, but are they both the same, like, thickness or paper feely? I'm using really technical terms today. Walker paper's thinner? Okay, then I will probably like Walker paper more. I need to get me some Walker paper. Thank you for the comparison, Eric. Take the wind out of my sails. I have a new favorite paper, and Eric comes in and poo-poos all over it. Fine, whatever. No, I've heard nothing but really good things about Walker's paper, so I need to try some. You gotta find your paper. I mean, it's hilariously, because I got the paper from Michael's, there's now Walker paper and Michael's paper. So what is James' paper? Or Eric's paper? Well, that's good to know. I need to try me some Walker paper. I feel like I haven't used a Leonard Principle in a long time. I love this nib. Oh, just Winnie paper? There's some really good black paper that I also tried when I was in the Philippines that I really liked. That I need to get some more of that to do a test now. Oja's paper. I like that. Well, it would have been cool if the paper that I discovered at Michael's was like the best paper ever, but it is not. But it's still really good. I will definitely be using it a lot. Right on. Oh, see, this nib just feels good now. So nice and sharp. I gotta tell you, when a newly sharpened or just like a tuned nib, nothing makes me want to sit down and write more because it just feels good. And then time disappears and I just keep writing because it feels good. I mean, that and the combination of just like when your hand is writing well, it feels good. Darling paper does have a good ring to it, that's true. The Darling Paper Company. If I had my own paper, it would be called Bad Pylon Paper. The Bad Pylon Paper Company. Wait, if you could, I doubt they stepped down the quality for the American version, but if you could bring some of what you have to IAMPETH, Eric, also just because it could be quality control. Like, I bought some more and the other package, or maybe halfway through this package, isn't as good. The only real downside that I've discovered with this paper so far, like I've had zero bleed or anything like that, but it is similar to the Rhodia black paper in that, or the Rhodia gray paper, in that it's very oil absorbent. So I have to be careful with my hands touching it and whatnot. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you very much. I'll be bringing a bunch of this paper so we can compare. What up, Sad Vic? Looks like a Courtney stain. A little bit. Wonderful. Yes, I'm still using Masterclass gouache. I learned something weird the other day. I grabbed my jar of McCaffrey's Ivory, and this has got to be an issue. It's not an issue with the ink, it's an issue with my ink stirrer, because of the like spins too fast thing. McCaffrey's Ivory is a little bit thinner than my Masterclass gouache mix, and the magnet spins too fast and it loses control, so I can't keep my McCaffrey's Ivory in my mixer. I have to just like mix it and then use it while it sits for a little bit, and my mixer won't keep it going, which is a fault of the mixer, not of the ink. But nice. This is a bedtime late night live, or a in bed late night live. Late night live in bed. I'm gonna bring my masterclass gouache as well. I will be bringing it. Oh, I'm afraid. Sorry. Whoops. Stopped in a weird place on that one. That creates an interesting, weird shape, unintentional. You know what stroke I have to get better at doing? Well, the one, that shade, getting that shade look nice, and in the right spot, which is not there. But then also, like on the end of Blozer's signature, when I was doing that letter, the Mararaz letter, the way he comes out, and he only shades the horizontal bit, but he gets hairline as he goes down. I never get to a hairline as fast as he does. I don't know how he does it. Like that, but his shade is like a uniform thickness all the way through this middle bit. It's so impressive. I mean, I know how he does it. He practiced it, and he's good. I just realized that I wrote loser there, so I'm gonna write the B this time. So, question for you guys, what pieces, are there any pieces you can think of that need to be, in my scrapbook? What pieces do I absolutely need to replicate for the scrapbook? Good night, Mom. Sweet dreams. See, when I hold that shade longer, I need to do what I did here and cut it off sooner, like right there. You want me to copy modern penman style in the scrapbook? That's challenging. I don't know that I have time. I only have a few days. In order to do modern penman style, I don't know that I'm versatile enough to do that. Do you have a specific piece from a modern penman that you would like me to replicate? Rather than just their style? That is a fun challenge, but I don't know that I'm going to be good at, or that the stuff that I do like that would be great in a scrapbook. But you don't have an Instagram anymore. Do you miss Instagram, James? Or are you happier without it? You don't even miss OP. Aww, that makes me sad. You don't miss ornamental penmanship at all? Oh, I know you. Can't stay away forever. Oh, tea, I forgot. What to write? I don't have very many signatures in the scrapbook. Signatures take such a deep dive in to practice them and get the specific signatures good. I haven't done any new ones specifically for this scrapbook, which is sad a little bit. I should do one of these. Well, you can't see it. One of the pages that goes business penmanship, abbreviated penmanship, plain penmanship, running penmanship, artistic penmanship. This one has shaded base penmanship, which I may or may not do that one. Backhand penmanship, and then round penmanship. I might do a page like that in there. I'm wondering if I should replicate some more letters. A Faretra? Who's Faretra? Am I being stupid right now? You at least have your own. Oh yeah, I have my own scrapbook. Well, I have my own. Here, I'll show you. Put a lid on my white ink. What I haven't put into a scrapbook. From the Newberry collection. I don't know these signatures, James. Or maybe I do and I just don't know that they're the name Faretra. So I am being stupid right now. Interesting. So this is my folder of things that need to be trimmed up and put in a scrapbook. We won't probably go through this whole thing, but let's see what's in here. Oh, got you. I think I'm gonna do a page of these. Did my camera freeze? What's happening? My camera's frozen. What's going on? Give me 2 seconds. What happened to my camera? I need to reset it. An extra mic. Who's sideways? There we go. That was weird. Hello, Fozzie. Yeah, I'm gonna do a page of these. There'll be like a page like that in there. When you came in, the cam froze. I don't know why. It's never done that before. Oh, for PS, for anybody who's coming to IAMPETH, I have here, I'm going to be doing a bunch of these, my own name cards. If you have name cards in a business or in a business card size, which was, I believe, 2 by 3.5, is that what a business card is? Yeah, 2 by 3.5. So if you do 2 by 3.5 cards, stamp, that's cheating. We can trade. Or I'll bring some blank cards, I guess, if you want to write your name on a card while we're at IAMPETH. But I want to get into the habit of making and sort of trading name cards, just so I get better at card writing. Ah, I could do some Kanan poems. Okay. I've got quite a few pieces of writing on black paper. Ah, driving. Be safe, Brian. Nice to see you, by the way. All right, yeah, I was showing this little. Now, whenever I create something, if my brain goes, that will be good for a scrapbook, I put it in this folder. Have I put any of this stuff in the folders or in a scrapbook? No. So a lot of there's like names like Mike Kessick wrote this one. These are my own pieces and pieces other people did. These were from Mike McCrudgington, which are awesome. You can't really see them that great because it's too bright. I can make it less bright a little bit. But he wrote Wardrian or Wardarian and Ward. His writing is so good. Yeah, UK Mike's doing killer work. And then just some like personal signatures that I did of like C.A. Raymer and just personal clippings. That's by Paul. I believe, I don't remember who that's by. That's by Carlo. But yeah, lots of, we did the name exchange last year. That was from Mike Kessick's class at IAMPETH. So those will eventually go in some pages of my personal scrapbook that are other people writing my name. These were from Walker. Which I guess this might have been Walker paper. Eric, is Walker paper, does it have lines? Is that the one that has all the really narrow lines? No lines. Okay. What paper is this then? It has like a ton of really, really narrow lines. That's not the rodeo paper, is it? I can't remember. And then this is when we did this on Late Night Live, I think. We were practicing with that shaded base script. Old ornamental capital run. Oh, that's very bright. That I was quite proud of. And then all the Sing Sling and Sundays are in here, like all the breakdowns that I did. These are all a bunch of the breakdowns. And then the attempts, all of the attempts, and all of them, none of them have been cut out yet. All the multiple creations of the same signatures. All this, I don't know what was on this sheet, but it was in Blacklight. So there was something good on these sheets if they're in here. I think they were the E.J. O'Sullivan signature. So all the Sing Sling and Sundays are in here. And then just more alphabet runs. Alphabet run. Oh, Late Night Live starting soon. You guys see that at the beginning of every Tuesday. Happy National Handwriting Day. Wow, I don't remember doing this many alphabet runs, but there's a ton of them in here. Well, I want to have... Oh, that's such a good signature. I want to have signatures in the scrapbook. It's just... I have to write some good signatures this week. Or I can put in some of these, but I was kind of saving these for my own scrapbook. There's a lot of E.H. Landmer. I like that signature. That was a fun one to do. Oh yeah, all the Christmas ones. Christmas greetings, holiday greetings. When we replicated a bunch of the business educator ones. Bowtie script. Merry Christmas from MGWard. Wow. Yeah, I forgot about those. So eventually I need to put these into a scrapbook for myself. Of my own work and people who send me things. F.J. Eminger. I haven't gone through this stack literally ever. Oh, Lupfer's Friends piece. That nib needs to be sharpened. Brownsfield's that was Lupfer. Anyone piece. Bob Ross quote. Oh, I should compare this with the one that I just posted. My first go-to attempt at the Madaraz letter. Well, these are just the pages with the decent attempts on them, Eric. I do each one of those signatures a lot of times. to get the good slow motion videos and all that. Oh yeah. Wow, this is messy. To the best American penman, E.W. Blosser, from one who would like to be CPZ. First attempt, I wrote in the bottom corner. I gave up, I guess. Oh, this was foiling. Sorry, I'm in show and tell mode a little bit. Oh, this looks good. I did this a long time ago too. Wow, forget how many times I've replicated this letter. E.J. O'Sullivan, another one of his. Got a bunch of attempts at his. The cool thing about a lot of these attempts is they're passable. Each one has its little quirks, I guess, but... E.F. Eaton. Oh, that was that really good slow motion nib snap when I did that one. Yeah, none of these are really sorted. That was a letter from Mohammed. This was when I did shaded Spencerian class. The biggest writing I think I've ever done. Going for one of the biggest shades I could get. Couldn't get much thicker than that. That was with a giant beak nib. The Art of Letters was for master calligraphers or calligraphy masters on Instagram, I guess. Mythos. I'm gonna keep going through this now because I'm enjoying this. I haven't gone through this in ages. That's a crazy flourished Jennifer. Ooh, International Association of Master Penmen Engrossers and Teachers of Handwriting. I gotta write that again one day. We're getting older here now. You can see my style. Yes, I wrote faster at this time. If you're unable to do what you love, why not try to love what you do instead? What a good quote. This was for NaCoWriMo, International Correspondence Writing Month. In that beautiful burgundy ink that I need to start using again. SM Blue signature. I need to put all this in a scrapbook. I didn't realize I had so much stuff in here. Good writing is growth rather than sudden attainment. Nice. I should write that in the scrapbook. Conceal your pen lifting, therefore... Therefore, not for the purpose of hiding it, but for the purpose of enhancing the artistic appearance and value of your work. I don't remember who wrote that. I think it was Lupfer? Don't remember. Ooh, clean alphabet run on lined black paper. EA Lupfer signature attempts. Oh, crazy swirly Michael Ward signature. That's a fun one. I don't know if I can write that for this scrapbook, but it'd be cool to get that in there. I guess I could just cut this one out and put it in there. One of these attempts. That's a crazy. Yeah, I gotta dive into that one again. Bunch of versions of IAMPETH. How did I do it? Oh, that's a smart way to do that. Nice. I gotta do that again. This was when I was planning my Art of Movement writing class. Oh, this was planning the very first tattoo I ever did for a guy in Berlin. This was planning the tattoo and writing the base of it. I taught the class, Spencerian script with MGWard in Berlin. Some of this stuff is old. These are all the, what are they called? Infinity words, infinity names are in here too. Some of those are actually in a scrapbook already, and on the bookshelf. Oh. Ancho or Ghetto Ancho. Fun, fun, fun. The Art of Movement Writing. This was promo for that class. Taste of Spencerian. Written huge so it could be shrunk down. Oh. Summer School of Calligraphy 2019. It's crazy how much my writing has changed since 2019. Tales 1. Berlin. This was all written when I was in Berlin. Well, this is all the places I was traveling that year. I didn't end up getting to Italy. COVID. Ghetto Ancho's fun. I look forward to teaching that again one day. First signature design. Class logo. Oh, foiling the Mataraz letter? Not in... It's in gold ink or gold foil. Whoa, these are just... These shouldn't be in here. Oh yeah, for Henry. O.P. Henry. Oh. Ancho practice. Casual Ancho. Funcho, aka. Alright. We're getting close to where now there's just... Some of these are too messy. Calm. Closer. OP looks better in white ink, they say. That was a... Yeah, Henry's Coming is, I know Walker's not coming anymore. Henry's Coming. Is Richie coming? There's another one. I wrote that a bunch of times. OP looks better in white ink, they say. This stream turned into a show and tell. My apologies. I'm having fun. Oh, how many times have Penman wrote this? I haven't sent this sentence to anybody that this may prove as a specimen of my ornate writing, which is in need of refinement. And then scrap paper after that. Oh, this is why I don't use... I think this was... Is this McCaffrey's white paper that gets sticky like this? Oh. Can't remember if that was McCaffrey's or if that was bleed-proof white. But all those white samples are ruined now. Hey! James! Lurker James! It's you! Shout out, Lurker James. Oh, that's a fun... I like that. That's a good combination of capital letters for your name. Yay, I like that combination. I gotta remember that one. Maybe I'll put a variation of that in the new scrapbook. Oh, here was planning it. Here was experimenting with Lurker James's initials to see what we could come up with. Well, that was weird. And here I was practicing card writing at the size of a business card. I made a grid so I could practice doing these. This is definitely before I started tuning nibs. These hairlines are no good. I'm guessing this was from a Late Night Live submit initials day, or maybe it was just home practice, I'm not sure. Practice, practice, practice. Are you doing your signatures, your cards on Bristol paper? It's not working, Eric? Sorry to hear that. Oh, I like that signature. PR Actis. I need to start doing that more. I need to do a bunch of these. This is what I have to do for this scrapbook. Things like PR Actis, SP Enserian, MO Vehement. I forgot about those. ST Udi. Forgot about those. I forgot the H. Wait, there is no H in Scrapbook. SC Rapbook. SC Rapbook. WA Linut. PR Actis is the winning one in here. EX. What? Random. OP Mike, OP Richie. It's from the OP Henry one. Oh, HP Barron's Meyer Practice. Oh, lots of HP Barron's Meyer Practice. Oh, so this signature, this is still probably to this day one of my favorite signature designs ever. It's not my design, sorry, one of the favorites that I've found. And these aren't, I gotta find a better attack at it, but because you don't know, like you have to hide where you start. Where did I start? I don't remember. I think you start at this, I think I started at this little section on the E. Did I? It's crazy that I can't look at my own writing and figure out where I started. Yeah, it has to be. It's that little spot right there where you go this way and then you go down this way into the E to hide the starting point completely. Yeah, because I'm off here, so that's definitely where I started. I don't know if that's where Barler started, but that's where I started. That was fun. I don't know if Brian's still here. He's driving, but it was one day hanging out with Brian, basically practicing this signature all day. That's what these are from. E.M. Barler. The Beach Boys. Wow, I wrote this in my hotel room with a ballpoint pen years ago. Oof. Old writing. Happy Canada Day. Long, thin shades. This is when I just started doing movement writing. I just started writing fast. Oh, Brian Walker did that for his daughter. B.G. Walker. I like that signature. Joe Vitolo. J.M. Vitolo. Maybe I'll put that one in the new scrapbook as well, or I'll make another version of that one. That one came out nice. I got a lot to do this week. Oh, this is when I really liked the way this one turned out, but I spelled stupefy wrong. Whoops. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. It was pretty light walnut. More sig-slinging breakdowns. Almost to the end, and we'll get back to writing. Maybe once the summer's over, we'll do another, or maybe in August, we'll do another Sig-Slinging Sunday series. Those were fun. G.E. Gaylord. Write that one. On this not very good white paper or black paper. Sorry to hear that, Eric. You can wait and do them. I can bring some cards that you can do next week. Writing pretend names is very fun. AC Smith. Oh, that's probably one of my favorite Sig Slinging Sundays. Oh, that's not the breakdown of it. This one. GD Englehart. Yeah, I think that's probably one of my favorite Sig Slinging Sundays that we did. And the biggest thing that I missed was the easiest is super easy, because it was just doing this and this compound curve up, and all I had to do was meet that hairline, and I missed. So there's a big space up there. But yeah, the slow motion of this video, I was very, very, very happy with. The slow motion of that signature. I'm gonna put this in the scrapbook as well. Writing the wrong script with the wrong name. Business penmanship and ornamental penmanship. Ornamental penmanship and business penmanship. Signwriter script in, I mean, that's kind of just artistic penmanship, I guess. And then running hand in engrosser script. Funny, funny, funny. E.F. Eaton, the very first ornamental penmanship piece I ever did. Slow writing, but I did this at the Advanced Spencerian Saga. Dreams do come true. If we only wish hard enough, you can have anything in life if you will sacrifice everything else for it. J.M. Barrie. Not enough space between the G and the I. Too much space between the E and the A. Too much, or if that's the spacing I'm doing, not enough between the two H's. But a fun piece. Oh yeah, slow writing. This is back in my slow days. But I was proud of this for slow writing because it is smooth. What a flex. Oh, because this is my first piece ever? I mean, I had done ornamental penmanship for a long time. I just never made actual pieces. All I did was practice. I had pages and pages, and by this time I'd been doing Spencerian for years, but I'd never done like a poem or a thing ever. Yeah, definitely no metronome when I did this one. It would be, I should redo this though. Because I could do this flourish as a whole thing into the A. I could do that with movement, and then I just have to plan my spacing so that I start anything with where that A, I have to write my lines. I think I would fix, I intentionally added more space here, but if I did it in movement, I think I could squish it so it keeps, so it's uniform. Fun. Quite a throwback, that one. Oh, this is the original of Skylar's, IAMPETH 18. He did the Milwaukee piece for his class. I think this was for his class. And this is the original for it. Stoked. That was one of the only things I ever bid on in the silent auctions. I don't usually win things in the silent auctions, but I wanted this piece. IAMPETH 2018. Oh, and then embroidery. My first signature in embroidery. Fun. Here we go. That's my scrapbook folder. Alright, Eric. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you soon. I'll see you on the Discord, and see you in a few days. So? No, this one's not so. This was my first attempt at designing my own name many moons ago. Alright. That was a fun little distraction from writing. I haven't gone through that in ages, though. Yeah, I definitely need to. Maybe that'll be a to-do list for this summer, to get all these into an actual scrapbook. And then I have incentive to get more to fill a scrapbook. I wish I could remember who wrote. These were from the IAMPETH name exchanges, and I can't remember who wrote a lot of them. Oops. I need to make notes on the back. All right. You're welcome, Merrick, for showing. Sorry for anybody who wasn't in the mood for a show and tell this evening. I certainly wasn't planning on doing a show and tell this evening. Okay. I should have pulled some of those pieces out that I said I was going to potentially replicate, but too late now. Agreed, Marilyn, agreed. Two seconds. I'm gonna grab Kanan's book. Hui! If I can get it high up on the bookshelf. Ryan recommended some poems from Kanan's book. Let's see what we got in here. We ran out of cookies. That's not good. I'm not allowed cookies. It's against the rules. Okay. What in here can we write? Wow, this book is so good. When friends depart, and all the kindness of the heart is gone, 'tis then the gray, sad twilight of careless day has come. Industry, high aim, unselfishness, and thorough attention to business eventually bring their reward. I feel like I need to do these with a guide sheet, where I need to pencil in lines for sure if I'm gonna do like actual quotes. Do the one with the O's? Okay, where is it in here? Do you happen to remember what page it's on? Oh, that's a cool O. Once more, the heavenly power makes all things new. The one with the O's. That was so good. I should try to do it just like a Kanan only Sig Slinging Sunday challenge. Just like a month of all his signatures. Because they're so unique and hard to do because they're round. So good. And he used that variation of the Q, which makes me very, very happy. Perfect peace and quiet of the fair midsummer day, as upon the rippling waters, heaven's lights and shadows play. like that. A violet by a mossy stone, half hidden from the eye, fair as a star when only one is shining in the sky. Oh, that's a good one too. Page 52. Alright, almost there. Oh, these are nice. Oh, I never knew he had shaded base script in here as well. I need to study that to get better at that script. Oh, those O's always look like C's when I do them that way. Over the woodlands, brown and bare, over the harvest fields forsaken, silent and soft and slow, descends the snow. I don't think I read that in the right meter, but Fozzie, you realize that I have trouble with O's at the best times. I don't know if I'll be successfully able to do these O's. I can try. Oh, there's so many good ones in here. Alright, we're going to start with that one that Fozzie suggested. I am going to line my paper though. Oh yeah, there's a D in the end. Yeah, this, I can try, but this piece is destined for failure, basically. I'm going to line my paper as I go to do these. Where is my... What? He's missing. I am missing a ruler. 2 seconds. Oh, this plant is so long, growing under my desk. Sorry. Something has happened in my ruler stash. There it is. Okay, back in it. All those got so messed up. Put this plant back where it belongs, under there. Growing into the darkness for some reason. Okay, we will start 3/4 of an inch from the top. Should do. Just really quick white lines. We will make our lines 1/2 inch. Sure, 1/2 inch. Make a bunch of lines really quickly. Riveting entertainment on the MrMGWard YouTube channel today. We don't care about them being exactly perfect so long as they're close to perfect. Write a couple poems down here, or attempt a couple. That'll do. Sweet. Quick and easy. Yeah, the key with that ruler, and I need to find some better stuff, but what I did, I lined the wheels with Gorilla Tape because it's a little bit, not grippy, but it's a little bit grippier. What I need to find is some like rubber tape, essentially. So you want to turn the wheels into rubber. But then when you're using it, the big thing is to remember, I mean, instead of pressing the whole thing down as you wheel, lift, like just basically hold the two wheels, lift up, and then wheel it, and then go down, put the line, lift, wheel, down, line, lift, wheel, down, line. So then it's not, the whole thing will get less of this if you're pressing on both wheels as you're crawling it forward. It is easy to get crooked lines with that ruler. You're not alone in that. Well, and that's why you need the grippy wheels. Then it sort of goes, they both just wheel together. The way, I don't understand why that ruler is manufactured with hard plastic wheels. Because they skid so easily. It's annoying. Straight up. Yeah, his is a good. I don't have one of his. I've used it before though. I just feel like that was really fast though. There is I do have a rubber wheeled version of that one, but it doesn't have the ruler that calculates how far each of your lines are, so I don't use it as much. Get a little closer. Bring the lightness back up since we're back to black paper. Let's practice these O's. Well, this is gonna be rough. I might just do a regular O. Maybe I'll copy the poem, not the actual specimen. That's a bit more better. Bit more better. That's a bit more what I was going for. Whoops. Sleepy tea will do that to you. Or for you, I guess, if that's what you want. Yeah, I think I might just do this O. Instead. But I will just copy the poem. Ugh. Man's capital D is so good. Not bad, not bad. But you gotta shave that corner off. Whoa. What? Messy, messy, messy. That's better. Relax the shade. Yep, just like that. Never be scared to talk to yourself when you're doing penmanship. Tell yourself what you need. I probably tell myself to relax more than anything. I tell myself to relax all the time because that's usually what I have to do. You start thinking about other things and then you start stressing out certain parts because you're not focused on relaxing through a specific part usually. Okay, so this poem is called Winter. Think of the cloud. You're ridiculous. Woo! That's a good W. Off to a good start. Winter. Don't snag, don't snag. See, well, and that's what relax does. That's relax is don't snag. Over the woodlands. How much space is that gonna take? Narrow H. Whoops. Too far away. Not quite center. Not even close. Brown and bare. I feel like I'm writing extremely angled right now. No, it's definitely not his O, Fonzie. I can't do his O. over the harvest fields forsaken. This is going to take up more space than I think it is, so I'm going to make it super wide. Harvest fields. Uh-oh, you gonna run out of space? Forsaken. Silent and soft and slow. Oh, I gotta do an S now? That's stressful. I need to practice my S's real quick. I haven't used a Leonard principle in ages. Well, I guess until a couple days ago. Yesterday? A couple days ago. Too long. That's better. I think the key to that O, for me anyways, Fozzie, I don't know if this will help you when you're doing it, but that first little oval is lower than you feel like it is. So a key to make the oval, the shade oval look good is making sure you come up and out of that first oval before you go around. And then when you come around, then your connection, when you come through here, is going to look a lot better, getting that closer to 90 degrees. If this doesn't go up, then you can't get that shape. So not right in the middle like I did it there, but making sure it goes up and around. At least for me, that's what initially when I wrote it just a couple times, I was noticing that is what I would have to practice doing to get the shape right. Smooth out that shade. Good enough. Yep. Gotta have the big hump. Very important. Okay. Silent and soft and slow. Oops. Rotated my nib a little bit there by accident. Silent and sloft. Sloft? Silent and soft. Wait. I don't know how I managed to function. And slow. Worse ascender. Oh no, that H is worse. That's okay. Soft and slow. Descends the snow. Okay. Capital D. Here we go. Rotate my paper just a little bit. That'll work. I'm going to cross that one over top. Is that F? Tiny little ending flourish. Never done this one before. Weird place for the shade. I might have to do this hairline and have the shade later. I don't want to do that. That's cheating. Oh, stress. Don't think the ending shade is gonna look like his, but that's okay. I'll make it look like my own. We'll do that instead. Different than his, but there. That could have turned out a whole lot worse. Sweet. Going in the scrapbook. Quite happy with that. I never really do anything at half-inch spacing, but it's nice spacing. Okay, or at least my handout or my guide sheets usually aren't half-inch spacing. What do we want to do next? Get this out of the way so I don't ruin it. There were some other good poems in here. Did Kanan actually write these poems? No, he wrote here. Stance from Flowers of Song. E.P. Dutton and Co. New York. Okay, so that's not his. Good to know. Of all the beautiful pictures that hang on memory's wall, is one of a dim old forest that seemest best of all. I love that one. The one on 56. Let's see. I'm gonna do this forest one. But then, what do we got on 56? Do you cross the T sideways? Depends on the T. Like specifically with this piece that I just did, I crossed the first two T's above, but I crossed the last T. Is that what you mean? I crossed the last T through just because it was gonna be messy with that F. But those ones I crossed above. Is that what you're referring to? Messenger of Steel, are you oft? Well, that's a cool O too. Oft bringing joy and sorrow. The one may come today, perhaps, the others may tomorrow. Oh, I like that. New occasions teach new duties. Time makes ancient good uncouth. They must upward still and onwards. And onward. Who would keep abreast of truth? I like that. This inkwell is the finest made. It came from Tiffany's, I think. It's rimmed with little silver bands and filled with purest, darkest ink. And yet when I desire to see the best work I can do, I dip to this old friend of mine, an old friend tried and true. I like that. Then he has a picture, sorry, I'm not even in, that's not in frame, you can't see that. And he has a picture of this beautiful Tiffany's inkwell, and then his old, probably Bakelite, one that he uses all the time. I really like that. That's a good one. I suppose you turn the paper to cross the T's? No, I don't turn. I leave the paper the way it is. What do you mean? The ones in the pen have... Oh, let me see. Oh. Yeah, I would assume he either... Sorry, I didn't see that post of yours. You could turn the page. I feel like he also might just rotate his pen. Potentially. Let's see. Like if he does the T. Then he could rotate, he could do a pen manipulation and rotate it this way, and then he can do the same movement with a little, wait, add shade, I didn't add a shade. Something like that. Get used to that movement. I would probably do that more so than turn the paper. Personally, he might have turned the paper, but my inclination is always to do things like that. Good night, Marilyn. Nice to see you. No stream next week, but we might do something from the study room of IAMPETH. Yeah, that's what I would do if I were him in that one. Yeah, I won't do a YouTube live for IAMPETH, I don't think. But I will. But if we do something, it will be maybe a Discord live. session or just a Discord hangout in the live study room. Maybe. I'm very happy with that. Woo-hoo. There's so many. This scrapbook is all black paper. Most of it. I haven't done many things on ivory or white paper in it yet, which I probably should do some. Maybe tomorrow. Okay, I want to do this picture one. The old forest. Of all the beautiful pictures that hang on memory's wall, it's one of a dim old forest that seems best of all. What style of writing to do for this? He did his in sort of very simple business penmanship. I don't think I'm gonna do that though. I'm gonna do it in OP again. But maybe a little more running hand than this one? Maybe? Very good. Gotta start right. Why did I stop? I got here and thought it'd be cool if this finished just down there. But I was moving too much and got to up there. And now it's an O. With eyelashes, because it's really an eye. That's ridiculous. 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's cutting it close at the bottom of the page. I'm nervous that this book is going to touch the wet ink on the top of this page of all the beautiful pictures. Nope, don't like this already. Nope, no. This page will turn into a practice page. Not enough cross on the P. That's not supposed to be how that works. I never write this big. It feels weird. I need to hold my paper. It keeps moving. Ugh. Not a very nice crossing of the T. Unfortunately. Did you practice today? Okay, we'll put that aside to be cut up for the scrapbook. That winter's one. Is James still here, or did he say goodnight to us or to Marilyn? That is the question. Ha! Got you. Sweet. Shout out to all the lurkers. Anybody who's still in here. Lurker Leon. What's up? That's good. Writing is good. Right, let's line another sheet, I guess. Keep. Okay. I'm glad you're enjoying your new pen, Otis Winnie. That's great. Oh, slipped. Too far. Go. Oh, that's good. A fun pen that is also helpful in teaching. That's good. Beautiful pictures. Well, hello, David. How's it going? Very nice. That's awesome. A good way to spend a Tuesday evening. I'm just writing a Kanan poem at the moment. Not in his style. All the beautiful pictures. This one, yeah, this is probably like just over 1, maybe. But it's a little cramped. I meant to space it out a little bit more than this. All the beautiful pictures that hang on memory's wall. Hang on memory's wall. We're gonna stagger the capitals. Okay. I do have my microscope turned on today. Memories. All the beautiful pictures that hang on memory's wall is one of a dim old forest. Is one of a dim old forest. Tiny little lip. That seamest best of all. That seamest best of all. That seamest best of all. A lot of terminal T's in this one. Alright, see you later, Fozzie. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy braiding hair. What up, Lum? It's best of all. Exit flourish on it. And put a little oval on this terminal T on forest. Whoa! That might have ruined the whole thing, but that's okay. It's an ugly little thing. There we go. That works. Ah, that's such an ugly oval. Oh well. Fun, fun, fun. It's when you lose focus. Oops, oops, oops. Okay. What is my wheel getting caught? Nothing. Do I want to do another poem from Anon's book? Let's see what else we got in here that I feel like writing. I want to eventually do that inkwell one, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Penmanship. Along the sky in wavy lines, o'er isle and reach and bay, green belted with eternal pines, the mountains stretch away. That's beautiful. Industry. High aim. Please use that one a couple times in this book. The river. And silver white the river gleams as if Diana in her dreams had adopted her silver bow. Sorry, had dropped her silver bow upon the meadows low. That's beautiful too. Not far away we saw the port, the strange, old-fashioned silent town, the lighthouse, the dismantled fort, the wooden houses, quaint and brown. That's nice. One more earlier here that I liked. We'll do one more and then I'll move on to something else, perhaps. A violet by a mossy stone, half hidden from the eye, fair as a star when only one is shining in the sky. That's the one I read earlier that I wanted to do. Do that one quick. Do this one fast. His penmanship on this one is beautiful, but I'm not going to try to replicate it tonight. I'm just going to write it. A violet by a mossy stone. Like, look at this flourish on the entry stroke into the B and then exit stroke of the Y. Makes this beautiful, almost like there's a capital S in there. So you have the line here and the line there. He has all these entry. Never done entry ovals into my ascenders like that. But I don't know if there's shades on the upstroke, so he might have started at the X height and then come back later and added each one of those at the end. Those ones he would have added on the fly, the Ys. But as he was doing them, maybe he did. Yeah, he wouldn't have done the whole thing backwards. Did the ascender loop? I need to try it. Do the ascender loop. And then come back and add an entry? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know that I've seen or noticed that before. So he does his ascender loop. Then comes back here. Oof. I did that the wrong way. I would have probably hiding that little connection if he did that. He wouldn't have done the whole letter backwards. Or going from the... Maybe, but that feels weird. I guess the question is, what feels weirder? Let's work on it. Here we go. If I actually get the connection in that spot. Like so. Or did he actually start with the entry oval? Just add the weight after. Maybe that's what he did. That would make sense. I wonder, what do you guys think? Any thoughts? If you're watching this after, put your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious if you've made it this far in the video, how you think he did those ascenders. After. Probably didn't turn the paper upside down, but I'm going to just for the sake of this. And then tip in a shade in there. Is that what he did? Or did the engraver just add the shade in there? No, probably not. Maybe that does make the most sense to do it that way. Be like that. Probably makes the most sense. That gets the smoothest outcome for me anyways. Well, that's cool. I'm not gonna do it tonight though, but eventually, oh, that paper got dropped. Eventually, I will endeavor to redo that, or do that poem, and try to mimic his actual techniques there. A violet by a mossy stone. A violet by a mossy stone. Name for this one though. Why? Both times. What's happening? I'm getting tired of writing tonight. Whoa! Oh, I'm sure there I get a good A. Well, I will do this poem later. Can the camera even... No, of course the camera can't even see the A that I just did. It actually turned out really good. You will never know. You may not believe me. Alright. Where's the hooter? Oh, I guess I've had that alarm turned off for many weeks. Because when the previous weeks, or when I'm not doing late night lives and I'm on the road or something like that, and then all of a sudden at midnight, no matter where I am, my phone so I need to remember that when I do late night lives to turn that on. It's so dark. Why is it so dark? Oh, and doesn't get much lighter. Oh, I'm unprepared. I don't even know where my gray ink is. I need to use my phone flashlight. Or not my gray ink, my gray paper. 2 seconds, everybody. Well, first off, let's get... I gotta change up music here. Where the heck? Where are the playlists? Why did Spotify change their interface and now I can't find my playlist? What's going on here? There we go. It's been so long. Is it this one? This doesn't sound like the one that we would use. Where's the... This one. That'll work. Spotlight. It's a rave. Okay, let me find my gray paper. Focus. It's been so long since I've written with blacklight paper, or with blacklighting. Where is my ink? Oh, this is right. I had bought new Blacklight ink. What color is the filter on today? Let's find out what writing looks like. Long time no Blacklight. How do we feel about this color? Get that weird. We'll do that weird color today. Purpley teal. And then let's get this. So I can be visible. There we go. Ha. Nope. I mean, I have some friends who are really, really good voguers. I never learned how to vogue. This nib doesn't like this paper quite as much as my other, the Michael's paper. Must be midnight. Yeah, there are those compilations, James, are very funny. When people stumble and then they edit into like a extra blam or a death drop or something. They're quite hilarious. Quite funny. No, he should be, but he's not. I mean, that's good. That's fine, James. That's a good reason, I guess. I suppose. Ooh, that's a good G. Years, that's a long time. Oops, no, this nib is not like indirect oval strokes. There's a not so smooth part on it that I didn't feel earlier. But this paper is not quite as smooth as the black paper I was using, I think. I will just assume that I'm applying extra weight. Do you have an idea of when you're gonna go on a trip, James? When you'll have enough money saved, or when you wanna go? Whole December? Oh, that'd be dope. Is that like official? Is that like a planned thing? You're for sure going? Or is it still in the works? Oh, dope. I didn't know you had tickets already. That's sweet. Dope. I don't know if you congratulate somebody for booking plane tickets, but I'm going to congratulate you anyways. That's exciting. I'm excited for you. Congratulations. Work on this weird canonical. Relax my shade. Gotta love a long Christmas. Wait, I guess that's... Correct me if I'm wrong, James, but that has something to do with why you put your tree up so early? You put your Christmas tree up super early, don't you? If memory serves. Be cool to make a whole Blacklight scrapbook one day. You'd require a Blacklight to look at the whole thing. It would just be empty pages, but a whole scrapbook of specimens, just like the ones we've been making for this other scrapbook, but all Blacklight ink. That'd be fun. Yeah, well, I'm gonna do it. I want to find better Blacklight paper than this though. I gotta experiment with some other colors and other papers. See if I can find something that works a bit better. Problem is the Blacklight ink is so so thin that it bleeds on a lot of papers. I wonder, did I ever try this navy blue? A piece of navy blue paper down here that I was using that I was experimenting with the other day. It took my white ink really well, but I have a feeling it won't do very good with the Blacklight ink. Well, you can't, it's just black on the screen. Okay. Let's see what happens. Not super optimistic. Whoa. I feel like, did that look cool on the screen? Could you see it when I wrote and then it just disappeared? I have to try to write while looking at the screen so I can see what the camera looks like when I write with this. Oh, and then it just disappears. Oh, it bleeds a lot on this ink. Yeah, I don't, well, a lot of people on Instagram don't, or I don't think a lot of people write with Blue Ghost in general. I need to find a better paper though. Because the annoying thing with like this gray paper, I really like it and it shows the Blacklight ink really well, but it's lined And when the black, like, I can't see the lines at all right now, no matter what angle I put my head at, I can't. So the problem is when you end up looking at it, if it's not pitch black, like if it's daytime and you shine a black light on it to see what the pieces look like, I'm just completely off the lines, and it's awkward, it's weird. Because I can't see them to follow them, so I'm just writing on it as if it's unlined paper. But then when you can see the lines, it looks really weird. And it has to be a darker paper. Well, for videos, it looks better darker. Like, Blacklight ink looks really well, or looks really good on ivory paper, but it's not nearly as nice for the video. You don't get as much contrast like we have here. This nib needs a little bit more smoothing done to it to work with other papers. I know my writing paper, because it has a bit of tooth, it's probably going to give me a tough time. What do you mean what's happening? Or just when what happened? Did you post that when I was testing out some no good paper? I gotta start cutting my shade on my capital A's a little bit more. I gotta cut it sooner but get it smooth. Something I've noticed recently. Yeah, that looks really good though. So maybe not. Oh, yeah, it was just super absorbing into the paper. That'd be a neat effect for a video as well. If I had super absorbent paper, just write a whole thing where it just disappears. Could be neat. Why an N instead of an R? MG wand. Why? Why am I? Well, now we have to do this instead of doing an ink. The wand that just has a stripe. Yeah, it's magic wand, even though that looks like a cigarette, kind of. I make so many ridiculous spelling mistakes. Like the other day for the scrapbook. I forgot I did it until today. I was cutting up pieces, and I'm putting it in the scrapbook. But I was writing business penmanship. No, I was writing running hand. Running hand is what I was writing. And I wrote RUNNIND. I put a D there instead of a G. So it's runnend, and then hand was hang. HANG. I just swapped that one was intentional. This is Mr. Magic Wand. Oh yeah, that mistake is going in the scrapbook for sure. But I've done like so many times I've spelt my own name wrong. I think it was it was at IAMPETH, not last year, 2 years ago, when the new Speedball textbook came out, and somebody asked me to sign my page, and I legitimately signed it WGMARD. WGMARD was what I signed it. Which is absolutely ridiculous. Or I've written my own name before, because I was thinking about the ending flourish that I was going to do off of my last name while I was writing it. So I write MICHARDWARD. I didn't do the AEL, because I was just so focused on how I was going to finish Ward. So ridiculous. But it happens so often. I make the most spelling mistakes. And, I mean, they're always funny ones, though. They're not just, like, legitimate spelling mistakes. They're, like... They're not spelling mistakes. They're you wrote the wrong thing mistakes. Basically, your brain got distracted, and you just wrote what you were thinking about instead of what you were supposed to be writing. Just ridiculous. Crummy pea. Yeah, I wrote a scrapbook. Or a really square mustache. Oh, I thought of a cool FB Courtney signature variation the other day. How did it go? F. Shoot! I don't remember how it went anymore. I think it was something. It wasn't super complex. Was it this? Oh no, it would have been the variation that has this thing on it. And then it was crossed this way. And then the B came from here. Oh no, this didn't have that thing. It was just a regular stem. Must have been. Regular stem. Crossed this way. And then the B came from this line. So that makes the cross of the F. Something like that. Which I thought was kind of fun. Cross the T. Oh, this was what crossed the T. Right. That went through the C and cross the T. Right. Kind of a neat idea, don't you think? Needs to be refined a bit, but I think it's neat. I'm getting that nice shape in the top of my C's. Yeah, I'm not far behind you, James. We're about done. Do some C's. I'm going to do FB Courtney's signature one more time today, and then we're going to call it a night. Thanks for hanging out, James. We will see you later. Probably next Tuesday, if not sooner. You gotta get back on the Discord. Shade. Nope, it all goes out the window. Need that. Open that window in there. never travel far enough on this. Again. Every time. Make that stroke too fast. It needs to be controlled a little bit more. Okay. Last attempt at CP Zayner, then we're gonna call it a night. Cause it's late. I gotta work in the morning. No. Like it. And we'll call that a night. If you're still here, thank you very much for hanging out with me today, everybody. This was a good one. We haven't made it to the Blacklight in a while. Just a reminder that we will not have a late night live next week, next Tuesday, because I will be at IAMPETH. But on my Discord, I will probably do something on Tuesday night in the study room. I'll probably use the live study room in my Discord to do some kind of video. Probably will just be on my cell phone moving around, seeing what's going on in the study room that night. But I will endeavor to do that on Tuesday, or to do something. Either that, Discord, or maybe on Instagram. Not sure. We'll do something. But there will be, no late night live next week. But I'm only gone for the 1 week for IAMPETH, so as soon as I'm back, I think I get back on Monday from IAMPETH, so the Tuesday after that, we will be back late night live once again. So yeah, maybe we'll do James's suggestion and do try to replicate some modern penman styles, which will be fun. Brian and Chin and some other people. We'll see how that goes. I'll ask on Instagram if people are into that idea. But yeah, thank you very much for hanging out, everybody. Please have a wonderful morning, day, night, whatever time it is for you. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I hope that you are falling in love with this process and having fun with it. And don't forget, everybody, that life should be just a bit of silliness, really. Bye-bye.